Hello, this is Tola from Trifle Productions with another Blender quick tip. And in this quick tip, I'm going to show you how you can tear clothes easily in Blender, have tears in clothing by using the Tear Painter add-on. It's not free, you have to pay for it. But it comes in three price ranges. The single user is $15, 15. The 2 to 5 users is $50, 50. And the 6 to 15 users is $90. But single user is fine. They all have the same amount of parameters. It's just the number of users that differs when it comes to the price. But I'm using it when it comes to the $15 one. This is in Blender or used for Blender 4.1 to 4.3. I'm using 4.1 myself. And the installation is not exactly the same. It's actually an asset library. And I'll leave a link of it below the video so you can download yourselves and check it out. But the installation process is different. So you're going to go to Edit, and then you're going to go to Preferences, and then you're going to go to File Paths. You have to click on plus to add a file path here for Blender to know where the add-on is or the asset library is. And after you've unzipped it to the folder, click on the plus sign. And I'm going to navigate to where I've saved it on my computer, right here. Left click there, right click, copy, minimize that, left click, and then press Control V, enter, click on that, add asset library, and it's added the library. Then click on the hamburger widget and save preferences. Now I'm going to divide this window up by hovering my mouse over this corner, left click and drag my mouse over. And let's minimize that. Left click on that icon, go to Asset Library, click on this slot there, and go to Tear Painter. And it comes with probably, let me see, a proxy, which is a low model if you want to just try it out on the model before you try it out on your actual personal model. And it comes with like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 5 different kinds of tears and an example of a completed model down here. But we're just going to go straight into it in terms of using this cube. And it seems to use subdivisions on your models in order to get good results. Now your model doesn't have to be UV unwrapped. It works on UV unwrapped models and models that aren't UV unwrapped. But I'm going to keep the cube here. Go to my modifiers. Click on Add, then Generate, and then I'm going to go up to Subdivision, and I'm going to crank this up to, this one up to 3, 2, 3, both of them to 3 actually. Left click on that and click on Apply, right click on my mouse, and Shade Smooth. Now we have this. Now for this to work, it works in groups, vertex groups, but we're going to, let's drag this over to give us some more real estate to work with. Let's click on Tear Painter Genes, left click and drag it over onto your model, and then let go of your button. And it gives us these parameters here. Now if we expand, I was going to say maximize, but if we expand this window here, it gives us this note here that says pick a group, basically. So we have to make a group for it to work with. So we're going to click on this data icon here, vertex group, click on the plus sign, double click, and let's name our group Tear, T-E-A-R, enter. Go back to our modifiers and left click in that window there, and then we can go down to Tear. Now for us to start painting on our model here, we're going to have to change it from object mode to weight paint, and then with the default draw mode enabled, left click and drag over our model. Now I don't really see much. We can see a little tear there. If we keep going, we can see more tears. And it works. It works pretty well. Now we can see the tears somewhat, but let's change the mode from weight paint back to object mode. You can see the tears a lot better. Now if we want to see the colors, because right now by us applying this tear to our model here, it's giving us these colors, these parameters to work with. And this comes with a lot of parameters. It has a ton of parameters, so it's highly customizable. But let's look at it in color view, so to speak. So we're going to change our viewport from solid to Eevee. Left click there. And you can see the blue fringe here. And we can change the fuzz to any color we want. Left click in there. From the color wheel, you can turn it to green. Turn it to red. Like I said before, it's highly customizable because as you scroll down, you can see here it has tear settings. But if you scroll up, we can actually add noise to it. Sometimes you can activate the noise button if you want to the tears. You don't have to, but you can if you want to. You can show only the tears. If you're using UVs, you can show the threads and the UVs too. The colors are here, as I mentioned earlier. The tear settings are all here. And as you just keep scrolling down, you can see you can change the thickness of the weave, the fuzz. We can actually make the fuzz a little bit more. Let's see what this does. Press 5 on the keyboard, press enter. And it increases the fuzz on the fringe of our model here, which is cool. As we scroll down, you can turn the weave on and off. Increase the spacing. The weave is the strands of threads in between or in the space here. That's the weave. You can change the angle of it. Right now it has no angle difference, but if we click in here and type in 30, let's see what happens. Enter. Now it gives us a 30-degree angle on our weave here. And increase the length of it, so on and so forth. If you go down further, you can increase the fuzz more, turn the fuzz on and off. Increase the space in the fuzz, the length of it, the clump of it, which means how much it gathers in each section. Has a sub changing here. You can change the border fuzz, and that also you have to pick group from here. Left click in there, click on tear, and you can actually add as many groups as you want to layer up the tears to customize even more than that. And you can customize the second mask of the fuzz. Preserve the threads down here. If you click down gravity, you can change the gravity of it, change the noise of it. So it's got a lot of parameters. I mean, this is a ton of parameters you can use to change the appearance of your tear. So it's not a bad add-on. For $15, it does a pretty good job. But as I always like to do, I always like to test these add-ons to see how much they work on models that aren't made in Blender. And I have a scene set up for that already. So I'm going to open up that scene right now by clicking on File, Open Recent, and Tear Painter Test. Let's not save that. Let's give it a second to bring up this file. Okay, there we go. Now I imported these pants. These were not made in Blender. These have been imported outside of Blender. But I'm going to divide my window up again. Left click on that icon and go to my asset browser. Same process. Click on that window there, that slot there, Tear Painter add-on. And I'm going to left click and drag the same. This Tear Painter deformation. Is it the same one we picked before? No, Tear Painter jeans. Let's stick with the same tear we had before. So left click on drag on this one onto our jeans, and let's see what happens. And just see if this actually works on models that aren't made in Blender. And I don't think it does. We don't have the same parameters. It turned into a low poly model, and it also did not bring up the parameters that we had before. Okay, so it doesn't work on models that are not made in Blender. I guess that's fine. But yeah, besides the fact that it doesn't work on models outside of Blender, it works fine on models made in Blender. So if you make clothing in Blender, pants, shirts, carpets, rugs, blankets, whatever you want to make in Blender, use the Tear Painter add-on, and it works great and is highly customizable. And that's today's Blender quick tip, the Tear Painter add-on version 1. Hopefully you guys have learned something from the tutorial and you would like to download the add-on and use it. And remember to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next one. All right, adios.